All right. The red light is on. It is Wednesday night. I think it's the third week in a row, Ben and Bananas, where we do a betting preview of this weekend's show. This weekend is UFC 317, International Fight Week. Dave Van Auken, top left, that really good-looking man right there, Jonathan Rumlicon. I will be seeing live in around 40 hours. Jonathan, what's up, brother?
Doing great. Great to see your beautiful faces again.
I appreciate it. And then even a better-looking man at the bottom, always giving us the tea, the juice, my main man, Rafael Esparza. Raf, what's up, brother? How are you?
I am doing well. Thank you for having me again. I'm betting bananas. I had such a good time last time. Jonathan had some really good inside stuff, and the actual cash tickets for the last time I was here. I keep track. I rewatched the show and wrote stuff down. I'm one of those guys that rewatches the show not because of what I say, because what I sometimes miss from people who are on my show. So I always like to jot notes. And Jonathan had a really, really good probably pay window the last time I was on.
Pretty good. I don't want to be that guy, but didn't I say last week Rafael Fiziev was a lock? I told the world. I bet my kids' 401k. I told the Christmas shoes. We are okay at the Van Auken house. Rafael Fiziev was a lock. I don't have that this week. I got some strong plays. I don't have that lock. But first, before we start getting some betting angles, guys, it's International Fight Week. To me, it's the UFC's Super Bowl, their WrestleMania. And all I know is you got Kai Kara France at a co-main event. You got Joshua Van in a featured fight. You got a first match of the night. I don't know the other last guy's last name. This is absolutely crazy to me for an International Fight Week. Jonathan, am I wrong on it, right on it? Where are you at on just this card as a whole being the International Fight Week card?
I think it is a little bit lackluster when you're talking about straight up name value, but when it comes down to it, I think this potentially could be the star-making night where that takes Ilia Topuria from just a general star to the star of the UFC. So I think that's could potentially what we're seeing tonight or Friday, Saturday night with that main event. But I do think there is some name value lacking there. But I think that name value will be made up by the quality of fights that we'll see. Because I do think we have some really quality fights this Saturday.
I like that. Rafael, what did you think of my bashing of IFW International Fight Week? Do you agree, disagree? Jonathan kind of backed me up in the corner a little bit. I'll take it, but what do you think?
I'll take devil's advocate because I'm that guy that's behind the doors making odds and talking to people like they need names. That's how you sell pay-per-views. That's how you sell tickets. That's how you have people betting the product. And there's only one name. I mean, let's face it. UFC was trying to bank on O'Malley. He lost. What if Charles Oliveira wins this fight? Then we go bananas because who's left? John Jones is on my couch watching the NBA draft right now. There's no one left that we can pretty much, put the UFC cape on and say, hey, you know what? The cape says UFC, but underneath it says Netflix. Who's going to wear the cape? It's going to be very, very interesting. I think the pair needs to have not just a win, a dominating win to be carried on to, this is our guy.
Wow, I like that. Guys, the boys back in the truck, clip that up. We're making that into a clip. Talking about clipping something up. Saturday night, guys, we will be doing a UFC 317 watch-along live here in the Banana Studio with guest star. We just booked her flight. Jillian the Savage Robertson will be live here in the Banana Studio talking shop and watching Joshua Van defeat Brandon Royval. So here we go. Let's talk about the main event, guys. Ilia Topuria, minus 475. The odds I see. Charles Oliveira. Dubronx is the plus 350 on the comeback. Hefty odds. I think the only way to bet this, if you like Ilia, is by TKO. That's the only way I see. Guys, where are you at on this main event fight? Jonathan.
Yeah, I'm right there with you on that one. I think if you're going to bet this fight, you're going to go with by TKO. And if you're going to do that too, before the fourth round, all of Ilia's finishes are before the fourth round when it comes to his knockouts as well. So I do think for the most part, that's going to be the route to victory. I think if he knocks Charles down, he might want to see or have him get back up instead of chasing him down to try to get some ground and pound or top pressure. So I do think Ilia by TKO with a finish before the fourth round, you're combining that, looking at about plus 120. But I do like a flyer. If you just want to throw $1 or $2 on this, Charles Oliveira by submission plus 700. I mean, that is not a terrible flyer to be throwing out there at all.
Plus 700. Let me write that down. Plus 700.
BetMGM plus 725.
Whoa, wait. There you go. Going that way. Ralph, tell us what's happening. What's when this line dropped, did it did you think one way or the what was your first take when Ilia Topuria was this heavy as a betting favorite? Did you feel it? Did you think it? Did you see it deep down in your soul that this guy Ilia was this big of a favorite over Charles Oliveira?
You open up at 425, like, ooh, Charles Oliveira, wow, that big of a dog. And then all of a sudden, the almighty Circa in Las Vegas, that's how we call Circa Hotel, the almighty Circa in Las Vegas. They threw up $5 on this fight. So that one made me step back a little bit, like, wow, $5. But the plus 700 that Jonathan said, I love me some chaos. I love chaos. I'm itching to put my money on Charles Oliveira just because of we were talking about this back and forth. There's a big deal coming pretty soon that's coming into the UFC family. Wouldn't you love to have a new deal with chaos, not just a plain Jane coming into this one? I love me some chaos. I'm not going to sprinkle a lot, but I'm sprinkling something on Charles Oliveira.
And the thing that I'm kind of way off on this, and I've talked to so many people about it, and some people really see where I'm coming from. Guys, this is Ilia Topuria moving up in weight. I think what I saw him at featherweight was even better than what Conor McGregor did at featherweight. For him to go through Alexander Volkanovski and Max Holloway and knock them out before 15 minutes, I am beyond impressed what Ilia has done in the UFC in that featherweight division. But lightweight's a different thing. It's a different monster. Like, this is like, I just got to see it to believe it. I'm leaning Ilia Topuria. I like him in this fight. I think Charles does get hit. Ilia does the hit in. I see that for sure. But this is his first fight at lightweight. And I don't think anyone's really talking about that. It'd be like, maybe let's see if the power is there at 155 and Charles will be 180 pounds when they walk into the octagon. Let's see if that power is the same when he did to a lean, sucked out Max Holloway or Volk. So I'm skeptical. I'm leaning Ilia, but I more than anything, I think I like Charles if I'm betting, and then a plus 700 on the submission as well. I love it.
I love your take. Charles is going to come in heavy coming in on Saturday.
Yes.
He's going to come in heavy because he knows he's going to have to eat punches.
Right.
So it's better to eat punches heavy-footed than eat punches light-footed. So he's going to come in. I won't be shocked if he comes in higher than that.
Wow, I like it.
And to go off of that too, just to one more point with that, when he did fight once at 155 against Jai Herbert, he got rocked in that fight. He did come back and get the knockout, right? But he'd fought once at 155 and he got the knockout. So the power is still there, but also he did get easily more hurt in that fight as well. So something just to look out for. Obviously, different time, different fighter, but still just something to look into for as well.
100%, Jonathan. We are very respectful to fighters on this show and win the brand Fight Bananas. But I just want to be honest. Jai Herbert is my Uber driver after I drink a couple cold drinks at UFC 317 watch along. All right. Jai Herbert is the one that's going to drive me home. So I'm not ready to give the mantle and the crown to Ilia Topuria for beating Jai Herbert. Sorry, not sorry. All right. Co-main event flyweight championship on the line. Pantoja versus Kai Kara-France. Pantoja is the best flyweight alive today, but Kai Kara-France has some pop. He's just one of those dangerous guys on the wrong day and the wrong night can beat anyone on this planet. Plus 200 on the comeback I see for Kai Kara-France. Rafael, I'll start with you. Do you like that? Kai Kara-France plus 200, or are you leaning the champion to retain?
I like the round prop in this one, and we discussed this earlier. Shop around because some books have 3.5 and some books have 4.5. And if I like the under, I'm taking 4.5, only laying the 3 nickels minus 115. You mentioned it. Both have pop. Someone can get rocked. Someone can get tapped out late in this one. I think first round, dull, snooze fest, reaching out, see what the people have. I think second and third round, we're going to see who's going to control the octagon, who's going to control the center of the octagon. So shop around. I really like this round prop. I'm taking the under, but again, get the 4.5. Don't take the 3.5 at, hold on, 3.5 at minus or plus 130 on a kickback. Yes, I'm getting plus 130. Yeah, but you're missing a whole round almost.
Right.
Get that 4.5, only lay the 3 nickels minus 115.
Like that. Jonathan, you see anything in the co-main event you like?
Particularly, this one is a tough one for me, just watching the film for it. I mean, Kai Kara-France has just that pop in his hands, right? And Pantoja is going to be pressuring forward, right? So Kai can easily just explode, land one of those punches, just like he did against Steve Erceg, and that could be it, right? So this is one of those fights for me, betting-wise, it is a little bit scary because you have someone with that much danger on the other side of things. But I do like overall, just for the winner, Pantoja, right? Like you said, just absolute dominance in what he's been able to do recently against all of competition. Kai Asakura coming in with the big name, absolutely able to destroy him. And he's just been getting better, it looks like, every single title defense as well, and improving each time he's out there defending the title. So I think he gets the win. And I do, like you said, just like the slight under, I think he wears on Kai Kara France, and he's able to get that late submission as well.
I like that a lot. The great Elle Dawson, teammates with Pantoja, threw this out there Tuesday on the live show. She goes, guys, I see Pantoja winning the co-main event, and I see in the featured fight the young up-and-comer, the 23-year-old, the rising prospect, Joshua Van defeating Brandon Royval, staying cage side, walks into the cage, and they have a face-off with Joshua Van and Pantoja night of the fight. It's International Fight Week. You would almost create a little bit of a mini superstar in Joshua Van. He's on the rise. We've interviewed him every other month here in Fight Bananas. The guy is phenomenal, can talk. He's got a great smile, really good dude. We might have a little mini superstar in our hands in the flyweight division, but she really likes Joshua Van. I don't know, man. Brandon Royval is a dog. Been there before. Has beat Brandon Moreno in the last 16, 18 months. That's a really close fight. It's a big step up for Joshua Van. I'm leaning actually the dog on Royval, but guys, I would love your take. This is a good fight.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, honestly. I do have Brandon Royval. I like he's coming back at plus money as well. Yeah. And on top of that, this is going to be a fight. It's going to be razor thin. But like you said, Joshua Van, first off, he's coming off of a fight just not too long ago, a month ago, right? So having to do not really necessarily the fight, but 2 weight cuts in that time period is really what you look out for in that. And like you said, he hasn't faced a guy in Brandon Royval who's faced some very elite competition and can mix it up very well. We've seen Joshua Van able to get back up from some takedowns, but I think Brandon Royval offers a different variation of what he's able to, or what he saw before. So like you said, Brandon Royval, I'm seeing 1,000 on the money line. I even looking at the plus 200, for the decision win as well, because I do think both those guys are dogs and they will see that final card.
Like that.
Yeah, Jonathan nailed it. Not 1, but 2 weight cuts. I mean, that's got to be brutal. I mean, it's in the fight game. I don't care if it's MMA, boxing, wrestling, whatever. Weight cuts are weight cuts. They're not pretty. And he's going through 2 within less than a month and a half, if you want to do the math correctly. So that's the reason why. And I'm going to get plus money. Make sure you get plus money if you like the dog, because some shops have a pick 'em right now, minus 115, minus 115. So make sure you get the plus money. That's what I like. I like if some guy's doing weight cuts not once but twice, and I'm going to get plus money on a dog, I'm taking that shot every day.
Love it. Love it. Guys, October 22nd of 2022 was Beneil Dariush's last victory inside the UFC. We're in the summer of 2025. How is Beneil Dariush close on the money line to Money Moicano? I know he looked bad in his last performance. He fought a guy named Islam Makhachev. He makes every fighter look bad. I'm not going to go as far as last week with my physique pick, but to me, the best play of this card, I'm not going to be fancy with it. I'm not going to say a submission or a TKO. Moicano on the money line. I got him right here at minus 120. I'll take that all day. I'll go a little 500 for a little 450 on the comeback. I love me some Moicano there in the one of the fights on the main card.
I couldn't agree more. Anytime your nickname is Money, I'm taking it because I love it. And your latest, I don't understand. You nailed 2022 was his last W. And what you taught me one thing in a fight game. Age is always going to kick you. And he also has age is going to kick him. I just don't understand the line on this one. I mean, I'm trying to – this one opened up at money at minus 150. So Beneil got months. All the money came in the past 2 months since we've opened up this number. I don't understand. Yeah. You said it. Yeah, he had a bad fight. We all have bad days. He just had a bad day in the office. This is a rebound. This is one of those, okay, you just got dumped. You had a bar. Where's the ugly girl at? Because you need a rebound. That's what you're looking for. That's what he's looking for on this one. I like money on this one.
All right. That was around the 14:30 mark. Okay, that's getting posted. The rebound of the ugly girl at the bar. We've all been there, right? We've all been there. But Jonathan, tell me you got Money Moicano. Tell me we're going to make money together on this.
I am absolutely not choosing Money Moicano. I understand. I understand Beneil Dariush. looks like he's 55 years old. They were born within 2 weeks of each other. Beneil Dariush and Manny Moicano are 2 weeks far from where they're birth. So they're actually very close in age. So I understand, like you said, yes, that Dariush hasn't won in a while. But, I mean, his last two opponents, I mean, Arman Tsarukyan, potentially could have been the champion if he didn't pull out. And on top of that, Charles Oliveira, he won a very tough decision with Gamrot, who we know is a very game wrestler as well, too. So I do think there's a path for Beneil Dariush. If he takes down Manny Moicano, he puts him on his back. And even if it's just holding him there for 3 boring rounds, I do think there is a path there for Dariush, actually.
Wow. Benoit St. Denis, Jalen Turner, Drew Dober, Brad Riddell, Anthony Hernandez, Chase Hooper, the great Jai Herbert, one of the great fighters at all in the UFC. This Manny Moicano has been on a run. He loses to Islam Makhachev, and everyone wants to shit on him. Guys, Manny Moicano is the line. I'm telling you, Jonathan.
Who has the better win? Is Benoit St. Denis a better win, or is win for?
I'll give you the better win. I'll give you the better.
Yeah, you're 100% right. Gamrot's a great win. It's a great win, but that happened in October of 2022. Like, this isn't the Boston Celtics. We got to move on. The Knicks own the East now. All right, we own it.
David even have gray hair then.
Everyone's got a torn Achilles. It's the Knicks' East. All right, come on. We're 2025 and beyond. All right, guys. I know you would love that. All right, we hit the big 4 fights. I loved all of it. Jonathan, can you throw me 1 or 2 bets if it's a prelim or something we missed, even on one of the main 4, an underdog or an under? You've been nailing those over rounds on female fights. Is Tracy Cortez? Are we seeing the judges' scorecard on that? What are we doing?
Yeah, absolutely. I do think we're seeing the judges' scorecard on that fight. I think that's for sure a lock, seeing that. Both of those fighters are very tough, honestly, not going to lie. I think Araujo comes out. She has good striking. Sure. Obviously, Cortez just came off of a loss versus Rose, but she is on that level as far as, the wins that she got before that, too. So I do think that's going to be a pretty competitive fight, but I don't think either female has maybe the potential to get the finish in it because, or just with that overall. So I do think they see the rounds. I think another very easy lock in this fight, Jacoby Smith. They have him minus ungodly amounts. So get him by knockout. And if you can get him in that first round or under 1.5, maybe you can get it close to even money with that side of things too. So those are the 2 that I'm looking at as far as locks in the prelims.
Poor Nico.
I know the bonus award, Jonathan. I will buy you your first drink in Pensacola Friday. How many kids does Nico Price have?
12.
9. He has 9. 9 kids.
Hey, Phillip Rivers has 14 or something like that.
Phillip Rivers makes a lot more money than Nico.
I was going to say, he's a starting quarterback for a team in California. Nico Price is still making 14 a show. You know what I mean? Oh, man, I feel bad for him. Nico's a great guy, too. Great interview. But, yeah, he is a plus 900 to open up the card. Crazy. One thing I want to throw out real quick, I like the Terrence McKenny Slava clause not going the distance. We know Terrence is fast off the whip, and then even Slava clause, if he can, kind of stain that power from Terrence, I think he can get a submission or even a TKO himself. End of round 1, round 2. That fight will not go the distance. McKenny and Slava clause. Rafael, is there anything else we missed? I think we did some pretty good stuff tonight. I think we nailed it.
Keep an eye out for Jose Delgado. I think his number comes down. It's anywhere around minus 150. I think we'll get some buyback. And if we can get minus 140 or less, something to look at on Delgado.
I like it. Guy, I don't know. Peyton Tablet was a minus 700 against a great veteran fighter last time out. He's fighting another prospect in Lima, and he's the underdog. I don't know if maybe we went too far the other way. Is Tablet going to lose 2 fights in a row? I'm not sure about that. I don't have a strong lean, but that's crazy, the betting odds in just one fight. Just one bad night against a good veteran in Ronnie, who just defeated Cody Garbrandt last weekend. So, crazy.
Yes, shocked that Lima's almost a $2 favorite.
Yeah,
that's what blew me away. I'm like,
yes.
I could see minus 140s around there, but wow, close to $2.
That's a lot. I think I would lean Tablet at plus 160. I think I would. But probably, guys, more important, Ilia Topuria will try to become the lightweight champion. The betting odds are crazy. I think, real quick, just if you pick in no bets at all, are you Ilia or Charles, Jonathan?
Ilya. I love Ilya. I'm just a
Okay.
huge fan.
Rafael, Ilya, or Charles?
Ilya's gonna win, but give me
Okay.
chaos. I would love to see chaos.
I love it. I love it. All right, there we go, guys. Ben and Bananas, Jonathan, and I will be Friday for Island Fights 89 in Pensacola. I will be driving my butt back Saturday night, UFC 317 watch along. My man, Coach Mike, myself, and Jillian the Savage Robertson will be live in the Banana Studio. Rafael, what are we selling this week? What's going? Oh, there we go.
Ooh,
Look at that. There we go. I like that. Rob, are you going to be watching Island Fights on Friday or the PFL?
Probably neither, because I have an event I have to go to,
Okay.
so I won't be doing that. But I got so many entertainment stuff I do. I got Wednesday that's coming out on Netflix in October. I got to finish their prop bets. I have Friday the 13th, the TV series that's coming out. Some prop bets. I'm working on that. So while I'm watching wrestling and MMA and
Money in the Bank. Night of Champions. We got Jake Paul
fighting this
fight.
week. Why I'm watching all that, and USA playing Costa Rica in a Gold Cup, and Sunday Inter Miami and PSG, Messi versus PSG in the FIFA World Cup. I'll be doing a lot of entertainment stuff, but watching a lot of stuff.
I like it. Last little tidbit. I just give nuggets of greatness, like always. Guys, go to Apple Plus. Watch the show Sticks. Owen Wilson, the show Sticks. Apple Plus. Hat off. It's been amazing. 6 episodes in. It's phenomenal. It's great content. There you go. All right, guys. Jonathan Ramakhan, Rafael Esparza, Dave Van Auken. We're out. We'll see everyone Saturday night, UFC 317 watch along with